to the Valley Center Playhouse.
What? Thomas!
Oh, right, Mr. Flagg! Give us your hand, my old fellow servant.
I am devilish glad to see you. But who thought us name you and Bob?
Hi, Master thought another fit of the gout was coming to pay us a visit. And we were off in an hour's warning.
I hasty in everything, or would it not be Sir Anthony Absolute?
Hi. But tell us, how does young Master... Sir Anthony will stare to see the captain here.
I do not serve Captain Absolute now.
Why, sure.
At present, I am employed by Ensign Beverly.
No doubt, Mr. Flagg, you have changed for the better.
I have not changed.
Well, didn't you just say that you had left the young Master?
No. Well, honest Thomas, I'll clue you in. Captain Absolute and Ensign Beverly are one and the same man.
The devil they are.
Indeed it is. And with the ensign, part of my master being on guard, the captain has nothing to do with me.
So what's this? Some freak I want? Do tell us, Mr. Flagg, the meaning of it. You know I had trusted you.
You'll be secret, Thomas.
As a coach horse.
Then the cause of all this is love. Love, Thomas!
I thought there was a lady in the case. But pray, why does the Master pass only for an ensign? Now, if he a champ general indeed...
That is the mystery of the matter. You see, my master is in love with a lady of a very singular taste. She likes him better as a half-paid ensign than if she knew he was son and heir to Sir Anthony Absolute, a baronet of 3,000 a year.
That is odd taste indeed. But has she got the stuff, Mr. Flagg? Is she rich, eh?
Rich? Why, she could pay the international debt as I could my washerwoman. She has a lapdog that eats out of gold. She feeds her parrot small pearls.
For faith odd. But does she draw kindly with the captain?
As fond as pigeons, I should say.
May one hear her name?
Miss Lydia Languish. But there's an old tough aunt in the way. Though by the by, she has never met my master. We were acquainted with Miss Waller visiting Gloucestershire.
Well, I wish they were at once harnessed together in matrimony. But pray, Mr. Flagg, it is the captain. Is that the lady with him?
Oh, no. That is Madame Lucy, my master, mistress's maid. They lodge at that house, over there. But I must have to tell the news.
Odd. What? He's giving her money.
What? What is Lucy doing?
Well, Mr. Flagg?
Goodbye, Thomas. I have an appointment at Guy's porch this evening at 8. Meet me there. I will make a small party.
Ma'am, I'm Travis Tapton from the Socialist. I do not believe there is a circulating library of that I haven't been at. Hi-ho, did you inquire for the delicate distress? Indeed I did, and I would have brought it from Mr. Fredericks, but Lady Spout Mountjoy, who had just sent it home, had so soiled the dog's eared it. It wasn't fit for a Christian to read. Well, what have you brought me? Oh, here is the Gordian knot. Here, Peregrine pickle. It's you. Here are the tears. I hear someone coming. Quick, see who it is. Surely I heard my cousin Julia's voice. Oh, madam, Miss Melville has just arrived. Oh, is it possible? Oh, my dear Julia, how delighted am I to see you. How unexpected was this happiness. Sure, Lydia, and our pleasure is the greater, but what has been the matter? You were tonight to me at first. Oh, I have 1,000 things to tell you. But first, inform me what has conjured you to Bath. Is Sir Anthony here? He is. We are arrived within this hour, and I suppose he will be here to wait on Mrs. Malaprop as soon as he is dressed. Then before we are interrupted, let me impart to you some of my distress. I know your gentle nature will sympathize with me, though your prudence may condemn me. My letters have informed you of my whole connection with Beverly, but I have lost him, Julia. My aunt has discovered our intercourse by a note she intercepted and has confided to me ever since. Yet, would you believe that she has fallen in love with a tall Irish baronet she met one night at Lady Maxwell's rout?
You jest, Lydia.
No, upon my word! She really carries on a kind of correspondence with him. Though under a feigned name, though, till she be known to him. But it is Adelia or Celia, I assure you.
Then surely now she is more indulgent to her niece.
Quite the contrary. Since she has discovered her own frailty, she has become more suspicious of mine. Then I must inform you of another plague. That odious Acres is to be in Bath today. So that I protest I shall be teased out of all spirits.
Come, Lydia, hope for the best. Sir Anthony shall use his interest with Mrs. Malafrock.
But you have not heard the worst. Unfortunately, I had quarreled with my poor Beverly just before my aunt had found the matter out, and I have not seen him since to make it up.
What was his offense?
Nothing at all. But I don't know how it was. As often as we have been together, we had never had a quarrel, and I thought he may never give me an opportunity. So, last Thursday, I wrote a letter to myself to inform myself that Beverly was at that time paying his addresses to another woman. I signed it, "Your friend unknown," showed it to him, charged him with his falsehood, put myself in a violent passion, and vowed I'd never see him more.
And you let him depart so and have not seen him since.
Well, the next day my aunt found the matter out. I had only planned to tease him 3 days and a half, and now I've lost him forever.
If he is as deserving and sincere as you have represented him to me, he will never give you up so. Yet consider, Lydia, you tell me he is but an ensign and you have 30,000 pounds.
But you know I lose most of my fortune if I marry without my aunt's consent, and that is what I have determined to do ever since I knew the penalty. Nor could I love the man that would wait a day for the alternative.
Nay, this is caprice.
What? Does Julia tax me with caprice? I thought her lover Falkland had inured her to it.
I do not love even his fault.
But you have sent to him, I suppose.
Oh, not yet, upon my word. Sir Anthony's resolution was so sudden I could not inform him of it.
Well, you are your own mistress, though under the protection of Sir Anthony. Yet have you, for this long year, been a slave to the caprice, the whim, the jealousy of this ungrateful Falkland, who will never delay assuming the right of a husband, while you suffer him to be equally imperious as a lover.
You are wrong entirely. We were contracted before my father's death. That, and some consequent embarrassments, have delayed what I know to be my Falkland's most ardent wish. He is too generous to trifle on such a point, and for his character, you wrong him there too. No, Lydia, he is...
Well, I must blame you for defending him. But tell me candidly, Julia, has he never saved your life? Do you think you should be attached to him as you are? Believe me, the rude blast that overset your boat was a prosperous gale of love for him.
Gratitude may have strengthened my attachment to Mr. Falkland, though I loved him before he had preserved me. Yet surely that were an obligation sufficient.
Obligation? Why, a water spaniel could have done as much. I should never think of giving my heart to a man just because he could swim.
Oh, Lydia, you are too inconsiderate.
Nay, I do but jest. Now, what's here? Sir Anthony Absolute has just come home with your aunt. Shall not come here. Lucy, do you watch?
Yet I must go. Sir Anthony does not know I am here. If he meets me, he'll detain me to show me the town. I will take another opportunity of paying my respects to Mrs. Malafrock, with her many words so ingeniously misapplied without being mispronounced.
Hold on. They're both coming up the stairs. Oh, well, I'll not detain you, cuz. Adieu, my dear Julia. I'm sure you're in haste to send to Falkland. There through my room you'll find another staircase. Quick, hide these books. Put Peregrine Pickle under the toilet. Throw Roderick Random into the closet. Put the Innocent Adultery into the Whole Duty of Man. And leave Forsyth Sermons open on the table.
Oh, but the hairdresser's torn away as
Oh,
far as...
never mind. Open at sobriety. Quick, throw me Lord Chesterfield's letters. Now for him.
There, Sir Anthony! There sits the deliberate simpleton who wants to disgrace her family and lavish herself on a fellow not worth a
Oh,
shot!
madam, I thought you wanted.
Oh, thought, miss, I don't know any business you have to think at all. Thought does not become a young woman. The point we were requested is that you will promise us to give up this fellow, to Illiterate him, I say, quite from the
That
memory.
our memories are independent of our wills. It is not so easy to forget.
But I say it is, miss. There's nothing on earth so easy as to forget if one chooses to set about it. I'm sure I forgot your poor dear uncle as if he had never existed, and I thought it my duty to do so. Let me tell you, Lady Alice, violent memories don't become a young woman.
Surely she will not remember what she's ordered not to.
What crime, madam, have I committed to be treated thus?
Now don't attempt to extirpate yourself from the matter. Will you do as you will? Will you take a husband of your friend's choosing?
Madam, I must tell you plainly that had I no preferment for anyone else, the choice you have made me would be my aversion.
Oh, what business have you with preference and aversion? Oh, they don't become a young woman. And you ought to know that it's both always well-off to safest in matrimony to begin with a little aversion. Oh, I'm sure I hated your poor dear uncle before marriage, and yet you are sensible when a wife I made. And will it please heaven to release me from emotions and know which as I shed. But suppose we were going to give you another choice. Will you promise us to give up this Beverly?
Madam, could I belie my thoughts so far as to give that promise, my actions would certainly as far belie my words.
No, take yourself to your room. You're fit company for nothing but your own.
Oh, willingly, ma'am. I do not change for the worse.
Well, there's a little intricate hussy for you.
It's not to be wondered at, ma'am. Such is the natural consequence of teaching girls to read.
Why, Sir Anthony?
Had I 1,000 daughters, I'd as soon have them taught to read as taught their black arts.
Oh, you're an absolute misanthropy.
On my way here, I noticed your niece's maid coming forth from a circulating library. Oh, she had a book in each hand. They were half-bound editions with marble covers. I knew then how full of duty I should find her mistress.
Those are vile places indeed.
Oh, madam, a circulating library in a town is an evergreen tree of diabolical knowledge that blooms through the year. We depend upon it, Mrs. Malaprop. They who are so fond of handling the leaves will long for the fruit at last.
Why, Sir Anthony, you surely speak laconically.
In all moderation, madam, what would you have a woman know?
Oh, observe me, Sir Anthony. I would by no means wish you to provide to be a progeny of learning. Such learning doesn't become a young woman. For instance, I would never let her meddle with Greek or Hebrew or algebra or other such inflammatory branches of learning. Neither would it be necessary for her to handle any of your mathematical, astronomical, diabolical instruments. But, Sir Anthony, I would send her at 9 years old to a boarding school in order to learn a little ingenuity and artifice. And then as she grew older, I would have her instructed in geometry, that she might know something of the contagious country. But above all, Sir Anthony, she should be mistress of orthodoxy, that she might not misspell and mispronounce words so shamefully as girls usually do. This, Sir Anthony, is what I would have a woman know, and I don't think there is a superstitious article in it.
Very well. I shall dispute the point no further. Though I must admit, Mrs. Malaprop, that you were a most generous and polite arguer, for every third word you said was on my side. But to the more important point, you say you have no objection to my proposal.
Oh, none whatsoever, I assure you. I'm under no positive engagement with Mr. Akers, and as Lydia seems so obstinate against him, perhaps your son may have better success.
I will write the boy directly. He knows not a word of this yet, though I've had it in my head for some time. He's at present with his regiment.
We've never seen your son, Sir Anthony, but I hope no objection on his side.
Objection? Let him object if he dare. Oh, no. Jack knows the least demur puts me into a frenzy directly. 'Twas always thus. In our younger days, it was, Jack, do this. And if he demurred, I knocked him down. And if he grumbled at that, I always sent him off to his room.
Oh, the properest way on my conscience. There's nothing so conciliating to young people as severity. Well, I shall give Mr. Akers his discharge and prepare Lydia to receive your son's invocations. And I hope you will present her as an object to the captain, not altogether illegible.
I shall handle the subject prudently. Now I must take my leave, but let me give you some advice about the girl. Keep a tight fist on her. Should she object to this proposal, slap her under lock and key. And if the servants were to forget to bring her dinner for 3 or 4 days, you can't imagine how she'd come about.
Oh, my, Sir Anthony. Well, at any rate, I shall be glad to get her out from under my intrusion. She has somehow discovered my partiality for so Lucy, so trigger. Sure, Lucy hasn't betrayed me. No, the girl is such a simpleton. No, I should have made a good facet. Lucy! Had she been one of your artificial ones, she should have never been trusted.
Did you call them?
Aye, girl, did you see Sir Lucius while he was out?
No, indeed, I have not. What looks of him?
You are sure, Lucy, that you never mentioned...
Oh, never mind, I didn't have my tongue out.
Well, don't let your simplicity be imposed on.
No, no.
Well, come to me presently, and I shall give you another letter to Sir Lucius. But mind, Lucy, if you ever betray what you were entrusted with, unless it be other people's secrets, you forfeit my benevolence forever, and your being a simpleton shall be no excuse for your locality.
So, my dear Simplicity, let me give you a little respite. Let girls of my station be as fond as they please of appearing expert and knowing in their trust. Commend me to a mask of silliness and a pair of sharp eyes for my own interest under it. Let me see to what account I have turned my simplicity lately. For abetting Miss Lydia Languish in a design of running away with an ensign, £12.12. From said ensign within this past month, 6 guineas and a half. Item from Mrs. Malaprop for betraying young people to her, when I found that items were likely to be discovered. 2 guineas and a black paddisware. Item from Mr. Akers for carrying 2 diverse letters, which I never delivered. 2 guineas. Item from Sir Lucius O'Trigger. 3 crowns, 2 gold pocket pieces, and a silver snuff box. Well done, Simplicity. Yet I was forced to make my Hibernian believe that he was corresponding not with the aunt, but with the niece.
I had told him that you had sent me to inquire after his health, and to see if he was at leisure to see you.
And what did he say upon learning I was at Bath?
Sir, in all my life I never saw an elderly gentleman more astonished. He started back 2 or 3 paces and asked what the devil had brought you here.
And what did you say?
No, I lied, sir. I forgot the precise lie, but you may depend on it. He got no truth from me. Sir Anthony's servants, however, were curious, sir.
You have not told them anything?
Oh, no, sir. No, not a word. Mr. Thomas the coachman, whom I take to be a discreet switch, he really is.
You rascal! It's that! You trusted him, haven't you?
Oh, no, sir. No, not a syllable. He was indeed a little inquisitive about ways, but I was sly, sir. Devilish sly. I said to him, Honest Thomas, you know so once as honest to one's inferiors, is come to Bath to recruit. Yes, sir, I said to recruit.
Well, recruit will do. Let it be so.
A recruit will do surprisingly. I had told Thomas that your honor had enlisted 5 chairmen, 7 waiters, and 13 billet markers.
Blockhead! Never say more than is necessary.
I beg pardon, sir. I humbly beg pardon. Yet with submission, a lie is nothing unless one supports it.
Well, see that you do not ruin your credit by offering too much security.
Yes, sir.
Is Mr. Falkland arrived?
He is above, sir, changing.
Can you tell whether he's been informed of Miss Melville and Sir Anthony's arrival?
Fancy not, sir. He has seen no one since he came in on his gentleman.
Well, tell him I am here.
Yes, sir. Oh, I beg pardon, sir, but should Sir Anthony call, will you do remembering that we are recruiting?
Aye.
Thank you.
Now, for my whimsical friend, if he has not learned of his mistress' arrival at Bath, I shall tease him a little before I tell him.
Mr. Falkland, sir.
Ah, Falkland, you're welcome at Bath. You're punctual in your return.
Yes, I have nothing to detain me. Well, what news since I left you? How's that match between you and Lydia?
Faith, much as they were. I have not seen her since our quarrel, yet I expect to be recalled every hour.
Why don't you persuade her to go off with you at once?
And lose 2/3 of our fortune? You forget that, my friend. No, I could have brought her to that long ago.
Nay, that you trifle too long. If you are sure of her, propose to the aunt in your own character, and write to Sir Anthony for his consent.
Softly, softly. For one, I am sure my little Lydia would run away with me as Ensign Beverly. Yet am I by no means certain she would have me with the impediment of our friend's consent, a regular humdrum wedding, and the reversion of a good fortune on my side. No, I must prepare her gradually for the discovery and make myself, well, necessary to her before I risk it. I thought that you'll dine with us at the hotel today, yes?
Indeed, I cannot. Oh, I am not in spirits to be of such a party.
I shall forswear your company. You're the most captious, teasing, incorrigible lover. You love like a man.
When I am unfit for company.
Am I not a lover? I, the romantic. Yet do I carry about with me such a farrago of doubts, fears, hopes, wishes, whims, and all the flimsy furniture of a country Mrs. Brain.
Oh, but Jack, your heart and soul are not like mine, fixed immutably on one only object. You throw for a large stake, but missing. You could stake and throw again, but I have set my sum of happiness on this cast. And not to succeed were to be stripped of all.
But what grounds for apprehension can your whimsical brain garner at present?
What grounds for apprehension, did you say? Heavens, are there not 1,000? I fear for her spirits, her health, her life. My absence may fret her. Her anxiety for my return, her fears for me, may oppress her gentle temper. And for her health, does not every hour bring me calls to be alarmed? If it rains, some shower may even then chill her delicate frame. If the wind be keen, some rude blast may have affected her. The heat of the noon, the dews of the evening endanger the life of her for whom only I value mine. Oh, Jack, when delicate and feeling souls are separated, there is not a feature in the sky, not a movement of the elements, not an aspiration of the breeze, but hints some cause for a lover's apprehension.
Aye, but we may choose whether to take the hint or not. Tell me, my friend, if you were convinced that Julia were well and in spirits, would you be satisfied?
I should be happy beyond measure. I am anxious only for that.
Well, then, to cure your anxiety at once, Miss Melville is perfectly well and is at this moment in Bath.
Nay, Jack, don't trifle with me.
Oh, she has arrived within this hour with my father.
Can you be serious?
Oh, I thought you knew Sir Anthony better than to be surprised by a sudden whim of this kind. Seriously, it is as I say, upon my honor.
Oh, my dear friend, my dear Jack. No, nothing on earth can give me a moment's uneasiness.
Sir, Mr. Akins just arrived.
Oh, stay, Falkland. This Akins lives within a mile of Sir Anthony. He shall tell you how your mistress has been in your absence. Show him up, lad.
Yes, sir.
What? Is he much acquainted with the
Oh, very intimate. I insist on your not going. Besides, his character will divert you.
Well, I should like to ask him a few questions.
He is likewise a rival of mine. That is, of my other self. For he does not believe that his friend Captain Absolute ever saw the lady in question. And it is ridiculous enough to hear him complain to me of one Hanson Beverly, a concealed skulking rival.
Jack, up I come!
He's here.
Oh, my dear friend, no captain and not a Jack! How do this now? Oh, Faith just arrived, as you see. Sir, your humble servant. Oh, warm work on the roads, Jack. Hot scrubs and tamarisk. I've traveled like a comet with a tail of dust all the way as long as the moon.
You are indeed an odd planet, Bob. But we know your attraction hither. Give me leave to introduce you to Mr. Falkland. Mr. Falkland, Mr. Akins.
Sir, I'm most heartily glad to meet you, sir. I solicit your connections. What, Jack?
Miss Melville's Mr. Falkland.
Oh, on sulphite. And she and your father can be but just arrived before me? Oh, sir, you are indeed a happy man.
I have not seen Miss Melville yet, sir. But I hope she has enjoyed good health and spirits in that.
Oh, never knew her better in all my life, sir. Never better. Oh, odd blushes and blooms. She has been as healthy as the German spa.
Indeed. I did hear she had been a little indisposed.
Oh, false, sir, false. Only said to vex you. Quite the reverse, I assure you.
Jack, you see, she has the advantage of me. I really fretted myself ill.
Well, now you are angry with your mistress for not having been sick.
No, you misunderstand me. That surely a little trifling indisposition is not the natural consequence of absence from those we love. Now, own honestly, isn't there something unkind in this violent, robust, unfeeling hell?
Oh, yes, it was very unkind of her to be well in your absence, to be sure.
Good apartments, Jack.
Well, sir, but you were saying Miss Melville has been so exceedingly well. But she's been merry, I suppose, always in spirits, eh?
Mary? Odds cricket, she has been a belle and spirit of the company wherever she is present. So lively and entertaining, so full of wit and humor.
There isn't any that dear woman that nothing can overcome. What happy and high way?
Well done, man, how foolish this is. Only moments ago you were anxious only for your mistress's health.
Why, Jack, have I been the joy and spirit of the company?
No, indeed you have not.
Have I been lively and entertaining?
Upon my honor, I acquit you.
Have I been full of wit and humor?
Faith, to do you justice, you've been confoundedly stupid indeed.
What's the matter with the gentleman?
He's only expressing his tremendous satisfaction that his mistress has been so well. That's all, okay, Falkland?
Oh, I rejoice to hear it. Oh, she has a happy disposition.
Oh, that she has indeed. Oh, why then she is so accomplished. Oh, so sweet a voice, so expert in her harpsichord. Then last month at our race ball, she did sheriff at Mrs. Piano's
There
concert.
again, you see, she has been all mirth and song. Now, thought of me.
Well, man, is not music the food of love?
Well, it may be so. Pray, sir, do you remember what songs Miss Melville sung?
Not I assure
Oh,
you.
stay, there must have been some melancholy airs, I warrant. Did she sing, When Absent from My Soul's Delight?
Oh, it's nothing like it.
Or Go Gentle Gales?
No. Oh, now I recollect one of them.
Ah.
My heart's my own, my will is free.
All that I am does recall my happiness on such a trifler. Out to make herself the pipe and ballad monger of a circle. To soothe her light heart with catches and glees. What can you say to this, sir?
Why, that I should be glad that my mistress had been so merry, sir.
Oh, I'm not sorry that she has been happy. No, I'm glad of that. I would not have had her sad or sick. Yet surely a sympathetic heart would have shown itself even in the choice of a song. Oh, but she has been dancing too, I doubt not.
What does the gentleman say about dancing?
Only that the lady we speak of dances as well as she sings.
Why, that she does indeed. Why, last month at our race ball, she danced
Oh,
all
there, I told you so, I told you so. She thrives in my absence, dancing. Her whole feelings have been in opposition with mine. I have been anxious, silent, pensive, sedentary. My days have been hours of care, my nights of watchfulness. She has been all mirth, spirit, laugh, song, dance, levity.
Oh, come, man, sit. Sit down. Don't expose yourself, sir. So she has danced. What then? Does not the ceremony of society often oblige
Well, I'll
us?
contain myself, perhaps as you say, for form's sake. Oh, what, Mr. Akers? You were praising Miss Melville's manner of dancing on a minuet, eh?
Well, I daren't show her for that, but no. What I was going to speak of was her country dancing. Oh, God swimming, she has such an air about
There's a
her.
moment on her. Defend this, absolute. Why don't you defend this? Country dances, cheeks and reels. Am I to blame now? A minuet I could have forgiven. I should not have minded that. I say I should not have regarded a minuet. But country dances? Zoons, had she made one in a cotillion, I could have forgiven even that. But to be monkey-led for an army? To run the gauntlet through a string of amorous, balming foppies? Oh, Jack, there can never be but one man in the world whom a truly modest and delicate woman ought to bear with her country dance. And even then, the rest of the couple should be your great-uncles and aunts.
Aye, grandfathers and grandmothers.
If there be but one vicious mind in the set, 'twill spread like a contagion.
Oh.
The action of their pulse beats to the lascivious movement of the jig. Their heavy, warm-breath sighs impregnate the very air. The atmosphere becomes electrical to love, and each amorous spark darts through every link in the chain. I must leave you. I own I'm a bit flurried, and that confounded Blueby has perceived it.
Say, and thank Mr. Akers for his good news.
Oh, his news.
Thank you. Oh, about 5 minutes since nothing on earth could give me a moment's worry.
Oh, but the gentleman wasn't angry by praising his mistress.
Oh, a little jealous, I believe, Bob.
Of me? Oh, that's a good joke.
Oh, there's nothing strange in that, Bob. I tell you, that sprightly grace and insinuating air of yours will do some mischief among the girls
Oh,
here.
mischief. Oh, you jest, sir, but you know I have my own property. My dear Lydia has forestalled me. She could never abide me in the country because, well, I used to dress so badly, but hot frogs and cambrics. Now the old ancient madam has no voice in it. I'll straightway make my clothes know who's master and cashier the hunting frock and render my leather breeches incapable. My hair has been in training for some time.
Yes, well, you'll polish, I doubt not.
Indeed, and if I can find out this Ensign Beverly, why, oh, odds, balls, and barrels, I'll make him know the difference of it.
Spoke like a man. But I perceive, Bob, you've an odd new method of swearing.
You've taken notice of it, have you? It's genteel, isn't it? I didn't invent it myself, though.
I dare say not.
Sir, someone below desires to see you.
Well, then show him up.
Well, I must be gone.
Say, who is it, Flag?
Your father, sir.
You puppy, why didn't you show him up directly?
Well, you have business with Sir Anthony, and I expect a message from Mrs. Malaprop in my lodging. So, adieu, Jack. We shall meet again at night, and you shall give me a dozen bumpers for little Lydia.
All right. That I will, with all my heart.
Farewell.
Oh. Now for a parental lecture. I hope he said nothing of the business that brought me here. Would that the gout had held him fast in Devonshire with all my soul.
Sir, anything else?
Oh, sir, delighted to see you, and looking so well. News of your arrival made me apprehensive for your health.
Yeah, very apprehensive, I dare say, Jack. What, you're recruiting here?
Yes, I am on duty.
Well, I'm glad I found you, though I did not expect it. I've been meaning to write you on a little matter of business.
Oh?
Jack, I am concerned that I grow old and infirm, and will probably not trouble you for long.
Pardon me, sir, but I never saw you looking more strong and hearty. And I pray frequently that you may continue, sir.
Well, I hope your prayers are heard, with all my heart. Well then, Jack, I am concerned that I am so strong and healthy I will trouble you for a long time yet. And Jack, I am sensible that the income of your commission, plus the amount I've hitherto allowed you, is but a pittance for a lad of your spirit.
Sir, you're very good.
And I would like, while yet I live, to have my son make some figure in the world. I've resolved, therefore, to fix you at once in a noble independence.
Oh, what? Well, sir, I know not what to say. Such generosity makes the gratitude of reason more lively even than the sensations of filial affection.
I'm glad you're so sensible of my attention. And you shall be master of a large estate in a few weeks.
Well, let my future life, sir, speak my gratitude. I have not words to express my sense of your munificence. Yet, well, I presume you would not have me quit the army.
Oh, that shall be as your wife chooses.
Wife?
Aye, settle it between you. Settle that between you.
A wife, did you say? Sir?
Aye, a wife. Why, did I not mention her before?
Not a word of her, sir.
Odd so. You mustn't forget her, though. Yes, Jack. The independence you are to have is by marriage. The fortune comes settled with a wife. But I suppose that makes no difference.
Sir, you amaze me.
What the devil's the matter with Phil? Just now, you were all gratitude and duty.
I was. You spoke to me of independence and a fortune. Not a word of a wife.
Odd life, sir. If you're to have the estate, you must take it with the livestock on it as it stands.
Sir, if my happiness is to be the price, I must beg leave to decline the purchase. Pray, sir, who is the lady?
What difference does that make? Come, Jack. Give me a promise to love and to marry her directly.
Surely, sir, this is very unreasonable of you to want to summon my affections for a lady I know nothing of.
I am sure, sir, it is more unreasonable than you to object to a lady you know nothing of.
Then I must tell you plainly, sir, that my inclinations are already fixed on another. My heart is engaged to an angel.
Then pray, let it send an excuse. It is very sorry, but business prevents it waiting on her.
But my vows are pledged to her.
Let her foreclose, let her foreclose. They're not worth redeeming. Besides, you must have the angel's vows in exchange. Then there can be no loss.
Oh. You must forgive me, sir, if I tell you once and for all that in this I cannot obey you.
Archie, Jack, I have heard you for some time with patience. I've been cool, quite cool. You know I am compliance itself when I am not thwarted. But don't put me in a frenzy!
Sir, I must repeat, in this I cannot obey.
I won't hear a word of it, not a word, not one word. So, give me a promise with a nod. And I'll tell you what, Jack. I mean, you dog. If you don't...
What? Promise to think myself as a mass of ugliness to...
No, sirrah! The lady shall be as ugly as I choose! She shall have a hump on each shoulder. She shall be as crooked as the crescent. Oh, her one eye shall roll like the bowl in Cox's museum. She shall have skin like a mummy, and the beard of a Jew, Oh, she shall be all this, sirrah. Yet I will have you ogling her all day and staying up all night writing sonnets to her beauty.
Well, this is reason and moderation and...
No, none of your violence, sir. None of your passion, if you please. It won't do with me.
What nay, sir? I never was in a worse humor for mirth in my life.
That's a confounded lie. I know you're in violence in your heart. I know you are. Oh, you will fly out, will you? Why can't you be cool, like me? You play upon the meekness of my disposition. You do, you dog, you do! But take care, the patient's on a seat. Maybe you'll come at last. I give you 6 hours and a half to consider all that I've said. If in that time you agree without reservation to do everything on earth that I choose, why, confound you, I may in time forgive you. If not, then sirrah, don't enter the same hemisphere as me. Don't breathe the same air or use the same light as me, but get an atmosphere and a sun of your own. I'll strip you of your commission. I'll disown you. I'll disinherit you. I'll ungift you. And never will I call you Jack again.
Mild, gentle, considerate father, I kiss your hands.
Pretend the methods around that he has and giving his opinion in these matters.
I dare not trust him with the truth. Oh. I wonder what vile, hideous old hag he wishes to bestow on me. Yet he married himself for love, and was in his youth a bold intriguer and a gay companion.
Surely, sir, your father is wrath to a decree. Now, were I in your position and found my father such very bad company, I should certainly drop his acquaintance.
Did you come up to say nothing else? Cease your impertinence at once and stand out of the way.
Captain Absolute. 4 acres is dismissed. Well, I've done a last friendly office and informing him that Beverly was due before him. Sir Lucius is generally more punctual when he expects to hear from his dear Delia, and he is not here. I have little scruple of conscience from this deceit, though I would not be paid so well if my hero knew that Delia were near 50, and true mistress.
Well, it's ambassadors. I've been looking for you. I've been on the South Parade this half hour.
Oh, gentlemen, I've been waiting for your lordship here on the door.
Well then, have you got nothing for me?
Yes, I have a letter for you in my pocket.
Great, I guess you're not coming empty-handed. Well, let's see what the dear creature says.
There's Sir Lucius.
Sir, there is often a sudden incentive impulse in love that has greater induction than years of domestic combination. Such was the commotion I felt at first with the first view of Sir Lucius O'Trigger. Very pretty, upon my word. Feel my punctuation forbids me to say more, yet let me add that it will give me joy infallible to find Sir Lucius worthy the last criterion of my affections. Delia. Lucy, your lady is great, Mrs. Beverly. Great. She's quite the queen of the dictionary.
I, sir, a lady of her experience.
Experience. Quotes at 17.
True, sir. But then she does read so. My stars, she will read offhand.
Tell her I'll make her the greatest husband in the world, and her Lady O'Trigger into the bargain. But we must first get the old gentleman's consent and do everything fairly.
Nay, Sir Lucius, I don't think you were rich enough to be so nice.
Upon my word, young woman, you have hit it. I'm so poor I can't afford to do a dirty action. If I did not want money, I'd steal your mistress and her fortune with a great deal of pleasure. However, my little girl, here's a little something to buy a ribbon and meet me in the evening, and I'll give you an answer to this. So I'll see you take a kiss beforehand to put you in mind.
Oh, so, ma'am, I humbly beg pardon.
Oh, Mr. Flagg, did you flirt once, sir?
Come, Lucy, there is no one hereby. And yet I saw you. You play false with us. I saw you give the baronet a letter. My master shall hear of this, and if he will call him out, I will.
You gentlemen are too hasty. That letter was from Mrs. Malaprop, simpleton. She is taken with Sir Lucius's address.
What taste some people have. Yeah, what says our young lady? Any message to my master Ensign Beverly?
Sad news, Mr. Flagg. A worse rival than Acres. Sir Anthony Absolute has promoted his son.
What?
Even so, I have heard it all.
Captain Absolute. This is very good news. Goodbye, Miss Lee.
You may laugh, but I assure you it is true. Now, Mr. Flagg, do charge your master not to think of quarreling with Captain Absolute.
Oh, never fear, never fear.
And bid him keep up his spirits.
We will. We will.
Oh, whimsical enough. Hey, my father wishes to force me to marry the very girl I was plotting to run away with. Oh, he must not know of our connection for some time yet. He has too summary a method of proceeding in these matters. I shall read my recantation to him instantly, though. Oh, my conversion is something sudden, yes, but I can make him believe it is sincere. Oh, he comes. Oh, he looks plaguey gruff.
Oh, I'll never forget him. Never. I'll sooner die than forgive him. Die, did I say? Why, I'll live these 50 years to plague him. Oh, an obstinate, self-willed boy. Who can he take after? This, my reward for putting him in front of his brothers and sisters, for putting him at 12 years old into a marching regiment, with 50 pounds a year besides his usual pay. Oh, well, he's anybody's son to me now. I'll never see him again. Never, never, never. Now for a penitential face. Oh, get out of my way, fellow.
Sir, you see a penitent before you.
I see an impudent scoundrel before me.
Sir, a sincere penitent. I have come to acknowledge my error and to beg your forgiveness.
What's that?
Well, I have been reflecting and revolving and contemplating on your past goodness and kindness and mercy to me.
Well, sir?
I have likewise been weighing and balancing, which one pleased to mention to me before about duty and respect.
Well, puppy?
Well, the result of my reflections is a resolution to submit my every inclination to your very whim.
Why, now you talk sense. Absolute sense. I never heard anything more sensible in my life. Ah, confound you, boy, you shall be Jack again.
I am happy in the appellation, sir.
Jack, my dear Jack, let me now tell you who the lady really is. Oh, nothing but your violence and passion, you silly fellow, prevented me from telling you first. Prepare, Jack. Prepare for wonder and rapture. Prepare for Miss Lydia Languish.
Languish? The languishes of Worcestershire?
What? No. Did you not meet Mrs. Malaprop and her niece, Miss Languish? They moved into our town just before you left over to your regiment.
Oh, stay! Little red-haired girl. She squints, yes?
Red-haired girl? Squints? No!
Oh, can't be the same one.
Jack. Jack, what think you of blooming, blood-breathing 17?
Well, as to that, sir, I am entirely indifferent. If I please you in the matter, 'tis all I desire.
Nay, Jack, her eyes. Oh, Jack, her eyes, such eyes, so bashfully wild, so willfully irresolute. Oh, not a look that speaks and kindles some thoughts of love. Oh, and Jack, her cheeks. Oh, Jack, cheeks blushing at the telltale insinuations of her eyes. And her lips, Jack. Oh, Jack. Lips smiling at their own discretion. And if not smiling, more sweetly pouting. More lovely in souliness.
That's she indeed. Well done, old gentleman.
Oh, and Jack. Her neck. Jack. Oh, Jack.
Which is to be mine, sir? The niece or the aunt?
Why, you vile, unsympathetic puppy! I despise you! When I was your age, such a description would have set me off like a rocket. The aunt, indeed. Aunt's life. When I married your mother, I would have not touched anything old or ugly to gain an empire.
Not even to please your father, sir?
Oh, that please my father, no. Oh, my father. Yes, of course, if my father had desired it, he weren't the indulgent father that I am.
No, I dare say not, sir.
Jack, I'm happy to find your mistress. It's so beautiful.
As I say, if I please you, 'tis all I desire in the matter. I think no less of a woman for being handsome, of course, but you may recall that when last we spoke, you were pleased to mention to me something about one eye, a hump, or two, a few other graces of that nature. Now, without being very nice, I should confess that I would prefer a wife of mine to have a normal number of limbs, though I can hardly stand fast for it, now can I? And of course, a limited quantity of back would be preferable, and while one eye may be very agreeable, still the prejudice has always been towards two, so I would hardly wish to...
That's soft. You, sir, are an anchorite, a vile, insensible stock. Well, you a soldier. You're a walking block cockpit that dust the company's regimentals on. God's life. I have a mind to marry the girl myself.
Well, if you should prefer that, I suppose, you could marry the niece, I could take the aunt. Or if you change your mind, I could marry the niece, you could marry the aunt. It's the same to me.
Upon my soul, Jack, now we're a very great hypocrite. No. I know your indifference on this must be all a lie. Oh, you've been lying, haven't you, Jack? Oh, come on, admit it. I will never forgive you. You haven't been lying and playing the hypocrite.
No, I'm sorry that the duty and respect that I hold for you should be so misinterpreted.
Hang your duty and respect. But come with me. I shall write Mrs. Malaprop, and you will see the lady directly. Oh, her eyes, Jack. They will be the Promethean torch to you. Oh, I shan't forgive you if you don't come back stark mad with rapture and impatience. If you don't, egad, I will. I'll marry her myself.
This captious, unsatisfied temper of mine appear to my cooler judgment. Yet I know not that I indulge upon any other point, on this one subject, and to this one subject, whom I think I love beyond my life. I am ever ungenerously fretful and madly capricious. I am conscious of it, yet I cannot correct myself. What tender, honest joy sparkled in her eyes when we first met. How delicate was the warmth of her expression. I was ashamed to appear less happy, but I had come resolved to wear a face of coolness and upbraiding. Oh, she's coming.
I had not hoped to see you again so soon.
Could I, Juliet, be contented with my first welcome, restrained as we were by the presence of a third person?
Oh, Falkland, when your kindness can make me thus happy, let me not think I discovered something of coldness in your first salutation.
'Twas but your fancy, Julia. I was rejoiced to see you in such hell. Sure, I have no cause for coldness.
Nay, then, I see you have taken something ill. You must not conceal from me what it is.
Well then, shall I own to you that my joy of hearing of your health and arrival here by your neighbor Akers was somewhat damped by his dwelling much on the high spirits you have enjoyed in Devonshire, on your mirth, your singing, dancing, and I know not what. For such is my temper, Julia, that I should regard every mirthful moment in your absence as a treason to constancy. The mutual tear that steals down the cheek of parting lovers is a compact that no smile shall live there till they meet again.
I never can be happy in your absence. If I wear a countenance of content, it is to show that my mind holds no doubt of my Falkland's truth. Believe me, Falkland, I mean not to upbraid you when I say that I have often dressed sorrow in smiles, lest my friends should guess whose unkindness had caused my tears.
Well, you were ever all goodness to me. I am a brute when I admit but a doubt of your true constancy.
If ever without such cause from you, as I will not suppose possible, you find my affections veering but a point. May I become a proverbial scoff for levity and base ingratitude.
Oh, Julia, that last word is grating to me. And would I had no title to your gratitude. Search your heart. Perhaps what you've mistaken for love is but the warm effusion of a too thankful heart?
For what quality must I love you?
For no quality. To regard me in any quality of mind or understanding were only to esteem me. And as for person, I have often wished myself deformed to be convinced that I have no obligation there for any part of your affection.
Where nature has bestowed a show of nice attention in the features of a man, he should laugh at it as misplaced. I have seen that you in the same article perhaps might rank above you, but my heart has never asked my eyes if it were so or
Now,
not.
this is not well with you, Julia. I despise person in a man, yet if you love me as I wish, though I were an Ethiop, you think none so fair.
I see you are determined to be unkind. The contract which my poor father bound us in gives you more than a lover's privilege.
Again, Julia, you raise ideas that feed and justify my doubts. How shall I be sure that had you remained unbound in thought and promise, that I should still remain the object of your persevering love.
Then try me now. Let us be free as strangers as to what has passed. My heart will not feel more liberty.
There now, Julia, so hasty, so anxious to be free. If your love for me were fixed and ardent, you would not lose your hold, even though I wished it.
How you torture me to the heart. I cannot bear it.
Oh, I did not mean to distress you. If I loved you any less, I should never give you an uneasy moment. Yet here, all my fretful doubts arise from this. Women are not used to weigh and separate the motives of their affections. The cold dictates of prudence, gratitude, or filial duty may sometimes be mistaken for pleadings of the heart. I would not boast, yet let me say that I'm neither age, person, nor character to found dislike on. My fortune, such as few ladies could be charged with indiscretion in a match. Oh, Julia, when love receives such countenance from prudence, nice minds would be suspicious of its birth.
I know not whither your insinuations would tend, but as they seem pressing to insult me, I will spare you the regret of having done so. I have given you no cause for this.
In tears. Stay, Julia, but for a moment. Oh, the door's fastened. Julia, my soul, but for one moment. Oh, I hear her sobbing. Stay, what a brute I am to use her thus. What, after so long an absence, to quarrel with her fondness? 'Twas barbarous and unmanly. I should be ashamed to see her now. I'll wait until her just resentment is abated, and when I distress her so again, may I lose her forever, and make me curse my folly half the day and all the night.
Would itself be a sufficient accommodation, but I am convinced by the ingenuity of your appearance you deserve the character we have given of you.
Permit me to say, madam, that as I have not yet had the pleasure of meeting Miss Languish, that my principal inducement at present is the honor of being allied to Mrs. Malaprop, of whose singular grace, unaffected learning, and intellectual accomplishments, no tongue is silent.
Oh, sir, you do me infinite honor. I beg Captain, you'll be seated.
Thank you.
Few men nowadays know how to value the intellectual qualities in a woman. Few think only from knowledge becomes a gentlewoman. Men have no sense now for the worth of this flower of beauty.
It is too true, madam. Yet I fear our ladies should share the blame. Well, they think our admiration of beauty so great that to be knowledgeable would be superfluous in them. Thus, like garden trees, they seldom show fruit until time has robbed them of more specious opportunity. Few, like the orange tree and Mrs. Malaprop, are rich in both at once.
Oh, sir, you have a power of good breeding. Oh, it's the very pineapple of politeness. You are not ignorant, Captain, that this giddy girl has somehow contrived to fix her affections on a beggarly, strolling, eavesdropping ensign whom none of us have ever seen and nobody knows anything of.
Oh, I've heard of the silly affair. I bear no ill will towards the girl on the matter at all.
You are very good and very considerate, Captain. I'm sure I've done everything in my power since I exploded the affair. Long ago I laid my positive conjunctions on her never to think on the fellow again. I have since laid Sir Anthony's preposition before her, but I am sorry to say she seems resolved to decline every particle that I enjoy in her.
It must be most distressing for you.
Oh, it is not. I grow static to such a degree. I thought she had persisted in corresponding with the fellow, but behold, this very day I have interceded another letter from him.
The devil, my last note.
I believe I have it here in my pocket.
Oh, my last note indeed. Oh, the traitorous Lucy. Mrs. Malaprop, if I may, There it is.
There, Captain. Perhaps you may know the handwriting.
Perhaps. One moment. Yes, I believe I have seen this hand before. Yes, I have seen this hand before.
Well, name and previous, Captain.
My dearest Lydia, my soul's desire. Well, it's very tender.
Tender-eyed, vain too, my conscience.
I am much alarmed at your latest intelligence, and also as my new rival.
That's you, sir.
Oh, yes, of course. My new rival has the qualities of being an accomplished gentleman and a man of honor. Well, that's very handsome.
Oh, well, he's some design in writing, so.
That he had, I'll answer for him.
Nay, but continue, Captain. You'll see presently.
Of course. As for the weather-beaten old she-dragon who guards you, who can he mean by that?
It's me!
Oh.
Now, what do you think now?
Oh, an impudent scoundrel. It shall go hard, but I shall elude her vigilance, as that same ridiculous vanity which causes her to dress up her coarse features and deck her dull chat with hard words which she does not understand.
The expression of my faults of speech was ever such a brute.
Oh.
Why, sure, if there's anything I value in this world, that is the use of my oracular tongue in a nice derangement of epitaphs.
Yes, of course. He deserves to be hanged and quartered.
But continue, Captain.
Of course. Dear me, I seem to have lost my place. One moment. Weather-beaten she-dragon, ridiculous vanity, coarse features, dull chat, hard words. Ah, yes, here we are. These are open to the grossest deception, from pretended admiration and flattery, so that I have a plan to see you soon with the old harridan's consent, and even make her a go-between in our interview. Was ever such assurance?
Did you ever hear anything like it?
Oh.
I will elude my vigilance, will you? Well, we'll just see who can flaunt best.
Yes, of course, the conceited puppy. Yes. But say, as the girl seems so infatuated with the fellow, suppose you were to wink at her corresponding with him for a time, even let them plot an elopement. Then do you connive at her escape, and I, just in the nick, will have the fellow laid by the heels and fairly carry her off instead. Yes. But pray, might I see the lady for a time? I should like to try her temper a little.
Well, I don't know, Captain. I doubt she's not prepared for a visit of this kind. There is a certain decorum in these matters.
Well, she'll not mind me. Only tell her that Beverly... Gently, good tongue.
What did you say of Beverly?
I was going to say that, by way of jest, that you should tell her that it was Beverly that waited below. Well, she'd certainly come down quickly enough, don't you think?
Well done, besides, you know the fellow writes her and tells her that he'll get my consent to see her. Lydia, come down. It'll be my vigilance, Lydia. Oh, we'll just see who can plot best, I'll say again. Lydia, come down, I say. Just truly ridiculous. Well, this will hassle won't hear. I shall go and get her and let her know that Captain Absolute has not waited on her. And I shall make her behave as becomes a young woman.
As you wish, madam.
Oh, I see you've not finished laughing yet. I don't wonder at it. It'll ruin my vigilance, really.
Now, one might suppose I could drop all pretense and claim my prize with security. But such is Lydia's caprice that to undeceive now were probably to lose her. I shall see if she knows me.
What a scene am I now to go through? Surely nothing can be more dreadful than to listen to the loathsome addresses of a stranger to one's heart. I have heard of girls persecuted as I am, who have appealed in behalf of their favoured lover to the generosity of his rival. There stands the hated rival, an officer too. But oh, how unlike my Beverly. I wonder he don't begin. Truly, he seems a very negligent wooer. Quite at his ease, upon my word. I'll speak first. Mr. Absolute. Oh, heavens, Beverly!
Oh, hush, my love. Be not surprised.
Oh, I'm so astonished and so terrified and so overjoyed. For heaven's sake, how came you here?
In short, I have deceived your eyes. I had heard that my new rival was to come see you today, so I contrived to have him kept away, and I passed myself in his stead.
Oh, and she really takes you for the young Absolute.
She's convinced of it.
Oh, I cannot forbear laughing to think how her sagacity is overreached.
But we trifle with our precious moments, love. Another like this may not come. So thus let me conjure my condescending angel to fix the time when I might rescue her from undeserved persecution and with a license sworn, plead my reward.
Oh, will you then, Beverly, consent to forfeit that portion of my paltry wealth, that burden on the wings of love?
Come to me rich only thus in loveliness, to be generous in you, Lydia, for well you know 'tis the only dower your poor Beverly can repay.
Oh, how persuasive are his words, how charming will poverty be with him.
Oh, my soul, what a life we will lead. Love shall be our idol and our support. We shall worship him with a monastic strictness, abjuring all worldly toys to center every thought and every action there. Oh, proud of calamity, we will enjoy the wreck of wealth, while the surrounding gloom of adversity shall make the flame of our love shine doubly bright. I would fling all goods of adversity from me with a prodigal hand to see the scene where I might clasp my Lydia to my bosom and say that the world affords me no smile but here. If she holds out now, the devil's in it.
Oh, now very enchanting. But my persecution has not yet come to the crisis.
I am impatient to know a little Hasid affords herself.
So pensive, Lydia, is your want then abated?
Want abated? Such has been an passion, I suppose.
No, nor ever can while I have life.
I shall be a passion all her life, was she? Little Hasid.
Think not the idle threats of my ridiculous aunt could ever have any weight with me.
Very dutiful upon my word.
Let her choice be perhaps an absolute, but Beverly is mine.
Good heavens! Such assurance! Face to his face!
And thus let me enforce my suit.
Oh, poor young man down on his knees entreating for pity. Oh, I can bear this no longer. Why, thou Vixen, I have overheard you!
Confound her vigilance!
Captain Absolute, I know not how to apologize for shocking rudeness.
So all safe, I see.
Oh, and nay, Mrs. Malaprop, I have hopes that in time...
No hopes for her. She's as headstrong as an allegory on the banks of the Nile.
And what do you charge me with now?
Oh, good heavens, Lydia, didn't you say to the dear, sweet, handsome captain's face that you loved another better? That you never would be his?
It is true, ma'am. And none but Beverly.
No, didn't you say that Beverly, that strong Beverly, possessed your heart and all I ever would?
No, madam, I did not.
Oh, Lydia, you want to know that lying don't become a young woman.
Oh, Mrs. Malaprop, do not say her speech. She is welcome to speak thus. It does not bother me in the least.
You are too good, too amiably patient, Captain, but come with me, miss. Glad to see you again soon, Captain. Remember what we have fixed?
Aye, that I shall.
Make a graceful leave of the gentleman.
May every blessing wait on my Beverly.
Oh, I see. I'll choke away your throat. Come along.
Oh, indeed, David. Do you think I've become it so?
You're quite another creature, Master. By the mass.
Oh, dress does indeed make a difference, David.
Oh, I think difference. Why, you were to go now to Claude Hall. On Saturday, the old lady wouldn't know you. Master Butler wouldn't believe his own eyes.
Oh, David, there's nothing like a good polishing.
So I says he on his boots. But the boy never needs me.
But, David, has Mr. De La Grace been here?
I'll come again, sir.
Do, and, see if there are any letters for me at the post office, eh?
I will.
Oh. 1, 2, 3, slide, slick, coupe. Oh! Confound the first inventors of cotillions! Oh, say I! They are as bad as algebra to us country folk. I never could have lied them. I've been known a good stick in a country dance. And I can walk a minuet easily enough when I am forced, but these cursed French cotillions and snaps are quite beyond me. I never could have lied them. When they're pause this and pause that and pause to the other. My feet don't like to be called paws. No, sure I have most Anglican toes.
Sir Lucius O'Trigger's wait on me, sir.
Sure it
Mr. Akers, I'm delighted to embrace you.
Oh, Sir Lucius, I kiss your hands.
Pray, friend. What has brought you so suddenly to that?
Mark me, Sir Lucius. I have followed Cupid's jack-o'-lantern and find myself in a quagmire at last. I don't choose to mention names, Sir Lucius, but look upon me as upon a very ill-used man.
Pray, what is the case? I ask no names.
Oh, it is as follows. I fall as deep as need be in love with a young lady. Her friends take my part. I follow her to the bath, send word of my arrival, and receive my answer thus. That she is to be otherwise disposed of. This, Sir Lucius, I call being very ill-used.
I'm very ill unconscious. Pray, you need to find me close to me.
This infant Beverly, by blood, slanders and lies, he must be at the bottom of it.
A rival in the case is there. Surely you know what you must do.
Not I assure you.
We wear no swords here, but you understand me.
What? Fighting?
And to be sure, what can I mean else?
But he's given me no provocation.
Now. I think this can be the greatest provocation in the world. Can a man commit a more heinous offense against another than to fall in love with the same lady? No, by my soul. It is the most unpardonable breach of friendship.
Breach of friendship? But I have no acquaintance with this man. I never saw him in all my life.
That's no reason at all. He has less the right then to take such a liberty.
That's true. I grew full of anger, Sir Lucius. But couldn't I contrive to have just a little right on my side?
Right? What the devil signifies right when your honor is concerned? Do you think Achilles or my little Alexander the Great ever asked where the right lay? No, by my soul. They drew their broadswords and let the lazy sons of peace settle the justice of it.
Oh, Sir Lucius, your words are a grenadier's march to my heart. Oh, say no more. Say no more. I am brazen to it. I feel a kind of valor rising, a kind of courage, as one may say.
If I had Blunderbuss Hall here, I could show you a wide range of ancestry in the old Trigger line that would furnish a new room. Each had killed his man. Though the mansion has slipped through my fingers, I am as grateful as ever that the family pictures are as fresh as ever.
And why, Sir Lucius, I have had ancestors too. Each one of them a captain or colonel in the militia. Oh, say no more. The thunder of your words has soured the milk of human kindness in my breast. I am put to it. I must challenge him directly.
Come now. There must be no passion at all in the case.
What? I must be in a passion, Sir Lucius. I must be in a rage. Do, Sir Lucius, let me be in a passion if you love me.
That's right, for now.
All right, well, come, here's pen and paper. With the ink were red. I'll write with a good bold hand, however. How shall I begin?
Pray, compose yourself.
Come now, shall I begin with an oath?
No, these things must be done like a Christian. Begin now. Sir.
Well, that's too civil, I have.
To prevent any misunderstandings that might arise between us. From our both addressing the same lady.
Same way, there's the reason.
I should like the honor of your company.
Soon, so I'm not asking him to dinner.
Pray be easy. To settle any pretended people might arise between us, let me see. Kingsmead Fields will do. Kingsmead Fields.
Mead Fields. Oh. So there's that done. I'll seal it directly. My own crest, a hand and dagger.
Well now, I do myself the honor of delivering your message, but I'm afraid I have a similar matter on my hands. There's a gay captain here who put a jest on me lately at the expense of my country. I not only want to fall in with him to cut him out.
Sir Lucius, I should like to see you fight first. I should like to see you kill him. Yeah, if it were only to get a little lesson, hey?
I shall be very proud of instructing you. Well, for the present. But remember, when you meet your antagonist, do everything civilly and in a genteel manner.
Kill him civilly and in a genteel manner. Farewell, Sir Lucius.
Guardian Master, I should do no such thing. No, Sir Lucius or Trig in the kingdom should make me fight if I wasn't so minded. What will the old lady say when she hears of it?
Oh, no, David. Oh, why, if you had heard Sir Lucius so odd sparks and flames, he would have roused your valor.
Not he indeed. I hate such bloodthirsty tolerance. Now look here, Master. If you wanted about with boxing, short staff or quarter staff, I should not be the man to bid you cry off. But for your coarse shots and snaps, I never knew any good come of them.
But my honor, David, I must be very careful of my honor.
Aye, and I would be very careful of it. And I should think that in return my honor could do no less than be very careful of me.
David, no gentleman will ever risk the loss of honor.
Aye, that would be but civil in honor. But look here, Master. This honor seems to me to be a marvelous false friend. I truly very courtier-like servant. I put the case that I was a gentleman. Well, my honor makes me to quarrel with another gentleman of my acquaintance. So, we fight. Pleasant enough that. I kill him. And more's my luck. But pray, who gets the profit? Why, my honor!
Of course.
But now put the case that he kills me. By the mouse, I go to the worms, and my honor wins over to my enemy.
Well, no, David, why, hot frogs and tampers. In that case, your honor follows you to the grave.
Oh, that would be a place where I could make a shift to do without it.
What of my ancestors, David, eh? Think of what it would be to disgrace one's ancestors.
On the favor, the surest way of not disgracing them is to keep as long as you can out of their presence. Now look here, Master. To go to them in such haste with an ounce of lead in your brains, I should think it might as well be let alone. Our ancestors are very good, kind folks, but they're the last people I should choose to have a visiting acquaintance with.
David, you don't think that there is such a very, very, very great chance of danger, hey? But people quarrel all the time with no mischief done, don't they?
So I think it's 10-1 against you. And here to meet some lion-hearted fellow I want with his double-barreled swords and cut-and-thrust pistols. Oh, bless us. It makes me tremble to think of it. Must be such desperate, minded weapons.
You shan't make me afraid, David. It does not become my honor to listen to you. Why, you haven't the valor of a grasshopper.
Well, what are you going to do with that?
I've called my dear friend Sir Jack Absolute to carry it for me.
Why, in the name of mischief, let him be the messenger. For my part, I wouldn't let my hand through for the best horse in your stable. Oh, it don't look like another letter. It is, as I may say it, designing and malicious-looking letter, and I once smelt of gunpowder like a soldier's pouch. Things I wouldn't swear may go off.
Oh, ouch! Poltroon! Ouch! You baggage! You haven't the valor of a young lady! Get out!
I'll say no more.
Don't provoke me, David.
To be sad news to be sure, Claude Hall. Yes, and we'll be alive this time tomorrow.
Out, David!
Goodbye, master. Captain, absolutely safe to see you, sir.
Swim in.
What is the matter, Bob?
Oh, a vile, sheep-hearted blockhead. Why, if I hadn't the valor of St. George and the dragon to boot. Oh,
Aye, but what is the matter?
There.
Addressed to Ensign Beverly. What is this?
A challenge.
Indeed. Well, you're not fighting, will you?
Oh, but I will, Jack. Sir Lucius has brought me to it, and I quarrel tonight so that so much good passion mayn't be wasted.
But what have I to do with this?
Why, as I think you know something of this gentleman, I want you to find him out for me and deliver this mortal defiance.
Well, give it to me, and trust me, he gets it.
You are very kind. I know that it is giving you a great deal of trouble.
No trouble at all. I pray you won't mention it.
Oh, it is to have a friend. You couldn't be my second, could you, Jack?
No, it would not be quite proper in this instance, no.
Yes, but I do have your good wishes, however, do I, Jack?
Oh, yes, whenever you meet him. Tell him I come directly. Well, my little hero success attend you.
Sir Jack, if Beverly should ask what kind of a fellow your friend Akers is, do tell him that I'm a devil of a fellow. Will you, Jack?
That I will. I shall say you're a most determined dog.
Or if that frightens him, then he can. Perhaps he mayn't come. So tell him that I generally kill a man a week. Will you, Jack?
I'll say that in the country you are called Fighting Bob.
Or I don't wish to kill him if I clear my honor.
No, of course, that's very good of you.
Yes, you don't wish me to kill him, do you, Jack?
No, for myself I do not. But a devil of a fellow, eh?
Of course, remember Fighting Bob.
Aye, Fighting Bob.
Yes. Farewell, Jack, farewell.
Why, Elizabeth, tell me what you would object in him. Isn't he a handsome man? Tell me that. A genteel man, a pretty figure of a man.
She little thinks whom she is praising. So is Beverly, ma'am.
Now, no comparisons, miss, if you please. Comparisons don't become a young woman. No, Captain Absolute is indeed a fine, fine gentleman.
Aye, the Captain Absolute you have seen.
Oh, that he's so well bred, so full of alacrity and adulation, and he has so much to say for himself, and such good grammar, too. I must confess, when I first saw him, I thought of what Hamlet says in the play. Hesperian curls the throat of Jove himself, and I, like moss, a present at command. A station, like Harry Mercury, knew something about kissing on a hill. Well, it's the military.
How enraged she'll be presently when she discovers her mistake.
Sir Ashley and Captain Absolute have known that.
Well, send them up. Now, Lydia, I insist on your behaving as becomes a young woman. Show them your good breeding, though you have corporal duty.
Madam, I have told you my resolution. I shall not only give him no encouragement, but I won't even speak to or look at him.
What? There you are, Mrs. Malaprop. Come to mitigate the frowns of unrelenting beauty. Trouble enough I had bringing this fellow, too. If I had not taken him by force, he'd have given me the slip.
Oh, Sir Anthony, but
infinite trouble in the affair. I am ashamed for the cause. Turn around, Lydia, pay your respects.
I trust that the lady has considered the worth of this gentleman and the duty due her aunt's choice in my alliance. Now, Jack, speak to her.
I wonder I haven't heard my aunt explain yet. Oh, she can't have looked at him.
What the devil am I?
What individuals are alike, and she is something blind.
Look, sir, she won't even turn around to look at me. I told you she wouldn't. I beg you, leave us together, and...
I say, I will not stir a foot.
Sir Anthony, I am ashamed to say that my affluence over my niece is very small. Turn around, Lydia.
Might I not flatter myself then that she could assign what cause of dislike she could have for my son? Jack, why don't you begin?
Oh, it is impossible she could have any. She will not say she has. Turn around, Nixon.
Then I trust a childish and hasty predilection will be no bar to my son's happiness. Soon, Sarah, why don't you speak?
I think my lover is as little inclined to conversation as myself. How strangely blind my own husband.
Madam! Oh, sir, my modesty is here. I'm entirely confused. Take away my presence.
Don't take away your voice, does it? Speak to her directly.
Oh, Sir Anthony, perhaps we should leave them alone together.
No, madam, not yet. Not yet. Unlock your jaws, Sarah!
Heaven send she may be too sullen to look round. I shall disguise my voice. Bring up, Miss Languish. Give ear to the mild accent so true
I can't speak! Don't stand there croaking like a frog in a cleansing.
My modesty, I'm entirely confused.
Your modesty.
I'm the excess of my awe.
I'll tell you what, Jack, if you do not speak to her directly and glibly, too, I shall be in a rage!
So all went out, I see. Be not surprised, Lydia. Suppress all surprise at the moment.
Heavens, 'tis Beverly's voice. Sure, you can't have imposed on Sir Anthony, too. Oh, heavens, Beverly! My son, how came you? This is
It's all over.
This is my son, Jack Absolute!
Oh, Hussy, what do you mean by Beverly? You got that fellow always in your head, that you're always in your eyes. Then Captain Absolute's wickedness immediately.
I can see no Captain Absolute, but my love, Beverly.
The girl's mad. Her brain has been turned by reading.
I believe so, my conscience. Oh, you have seen Captain Absolute before today. There he is, your husband, and that shall be.
But when I denied my Beverly, I would...
Oh, you heard of Bedlam? Or wait, has this fellow been playing us a rogue's trick? Come here, Sirrah. Who the devil are you?
Hey, I'm having difficulty with that myself. I will endeavor to recollect.
Are you my son or not? Answer for your mother, you dog, if not for me.
I stand the warrant for the mess. I'll begin to suspect.
Powers of impudence befriend me. Sir, I am your wife's son, and as I believe myself to be yours also, I hope my duty has always shown. Madam, I am your most humble admirer, and hope to add affectionate nephew. I need not tell my Lydia that she sees her faithful Beverly, who, knowing the singular grace of her disposition, assumed that station which has proved the test of the most disinterested love, which she hopes now to...
Oh, there will be no elopement after all!
Oh, my God, Jack, thou art a very impudent fellow. I think I never saw the constant assurance.
Oh, you compliment me, sir.
Oh, I'm glad you're not the dull and sensible bar that you pretended to be. I'm glad you're the fool of your father. I am. Oh, this is your duty to be. Never heard the name for it, is you? What? Because you're the Worcester, eh? Oh, to please me with all he desires. Something, Bill. What? She's quick, don't she? Oh, I'm surprised you ain't ashamed to hold up your own head.
There's one difficulty you must see.
hamper again. Oh, I was like that. Your fingers such a thing. I find myself in such good humor. Oh, it's so gallant, eh, Mrs. Malaprop?
Well, Sir Anthony, since you desire it, we shall make no more delusions of the past. And fine young people of our retrospection shall be into the future.
Come, Mrs. Malaprop, we should leave them alone. They long to fly into each other's arms, I warrant. Oh, Jack! Jack! It's not the cheek, as I said. Oh, and the eye, you know, and the lip, eh? Oh, we must not disturb their tenderness. There is just a time of life for happiness. Youth's a season made for joy. Oh, that's life. I don't know what I might not do. I should like to have a little fooling myself.
Such thought bodes me no good. Oh, so brave, Lydia. Egad. That monosyllable has froze me. Oh, now that we are as happy in our friends' consent as in...
Friends' consent, indeed.
Oh, Lydia, we must put aside some of our romance a little, and comfort may be endured after all. And as for your fortune, the lawyers shall make such a...
Lawyers? I hate lawyers!
Nay, but we will not wait upon the neighboring homes. We will straightway procure the license and will...
Licenses! I hate licenses!
Be not so unkind. Thus let me entreat.
What signifies kneeling when you know you must have me?
And then there should be no imposition upon your inclination. If I have lost your heart, I resign the rest.
Oh, then, sir, let me tell you. The interest you had there was acquired by a mean, unmannerly imposition, and deserves the punishment of fraud.
You don't really tell me here.
You have been treating me like a child, humoring my romance, and laughing, I suppose, at your success. So while I fondly imagined we were deceiving my relations and flattered myself that I should outwit and incense them all, behold, my hopes are to be crushed by my unconsent and approbation, and I am the only doomed at last. Oh, but here is your picture. Oh, that is a picture which I have worn night and day despite threats and entreaties. There, sir. And be assured I throw the original from my heart, just as easily.
Nay, but we shall not trifle as to that. Here is Miss Lydia Languish. What a difference! There you see the smiling eyes which once gave hope and song to my heart. There you see the lips that spoke of thou, scarce dry in Cupid's calendar. And here the half resentful blush that would once have checked the ardor of my thanks. Well, that's gone, eh? All over indeed. There, madam, that copy which is not equal to you in beauty, yet its merit over the original in being unchanged is such that I have not the heart to part with it.
To your own doing, sir. I suppose you're perfectly satisfied.
Satisfied? Oh, I am supremely satisfied. Oh, this is so much better than being in love. What signifies the breaking of some scores of solemn vows? Oh, there's nothing to that. No. Oh, well, there will be some who will say, "Let Mr. Never mind," but don't mind them at all. Oh, some may even be so malicious as to say that the gentleman grew tired of the lady and forsook her. But don't let that frighten you.
No, there is no parity in this. Go. Interrupt your billing. This was in your treachery and deceit, you base ingrate.
Sir, Malaprop, this is the strangest billing and cooing I've ever heard. I'm quite surprised at it. What is the meaning of this, sirrah?
That's the lady's son.
Oh, well, I am quite analyzed for my part, but Lydia, what's the meaning of this? The gentleman man.
You aren't come out to be anything else, are you?
I say you're not like Cerberus, 3 gentlemen at once, eh?
I say, the lady can tell you far better than I. You should not hear a word from me.
Madam, you once commanded me never to think of Beverly again. Well, there is the gentleman. I now obey you. For from this moment on, I renounce him forever. Why, here's a twist in his hand. Surely, Captain, you haven't behaved disrespectfully toward mine.
No. Oh, now I see. Oh, now I begin to see it, Jack. You've been too lively, haven't you? I'm your fatherless too before you. The absence is always impatient. You frightened her, you dog, you have! Mrs. Malaprop will make your peace. Mrs. Malaprop, you must make your peace. You must say, King Jack's way! Bacon, all our ladies and rights in our family! Oh, Jack! Mrs. Malaprop, a young villain.
I wonder where this Captain absolutely hides himself. These officers are always getting it once way of love affairs. I remember. I might have married one Lady Dorothy Carmine, and not a little rogue major ran away with her before she could get sight of me. I wonder too if the ladies finding them to be so fond of them. Unless it is a bit of the old serpent in them that makes them be caught like vipers with a bit of red cloth. Ah, who is the captain coming? Straight it is. Who the devil is he talking to?
To what fine purpose have I been plotting? A noble end to all my schemes. Little gypsy! Who knew a romance could make her so absurd? I've never been in a worse human in my life. I could slit my own throat. Or any other man's for that matter, with the greatest pleasure.
I couldn't have found a sweeter temper for my purpose. To be sure, I've just come in the nick, not to enter into conversation with him, and so Coro genteelly. With regard to that matter, Captain, I must agree to a different opinion with you.
Well, then you must be a very subtle disputant indeed, sir, as I happen just then to be giving no opinion at all.
Forgive me to tell you, Captain, but a man may think an untruth as well as speak.
Aye, but one might suppose that if his thoughts never gained utterance, they could escape controversy.
Then, sir, you differ in opinion with me, which amounts to the same thing.
Harkly, Sir Lucius, had I not before known you to be a gentleman, I should not have discovered it at this interview. For unless you mean to quarrel with me, what you can be driving at, I cannot begin to fathom.
I humbly thank you for the quickness of your apprehension, Captain. You have been the very thing I'd be it.
Well, then, I should hardly wish to balk your intentions. You should be so kind as to state your motives.
Be easy, Captain. The coral is a very pretty coral as it stands. We should only try to spoil it by explaining it. However, your memory is very short. You could not have forgotten the front you passed on me within this week. So, no more, but name your time and place.
Well, since you're so bent on it, the sooner the better. Say, here, by the gardens, tonight. We shall scarcely be interrupted.
An affair of this matter shows very great ill breeding. For a thing of this gets caught within England, people make such a pother that a gentleman can't fight in peace and quietness.
Very well, then. Where would you prefer?
I shall take it as a great kindness, Captain, if you could have us meet in Kingsmead Fields. As a little business there will call me about 6 o'clock, and I may dispatch both matters at once.
'Tis the same to me entirely. At Kingsmead Fields, then, we shall discuss the matter more seriously.
If you will, Captain, there will be very small sword light, though it won't do for a long shot. Now that matter settled, to my mind's at ease.
Oh, Falcon,
Well, Ned, I was just about to look for you. Oh, the demons of spite and disappointment have conspired against me. Had I not the prospect of being knocked in the head by a virus, I should scarcely have the spirit to tell you the cause.
What do you mean? Has Lydia changed her mind? Would have thought her inclination and duty would have now pointed to the same object.
Oh, aye, just as the eyes do of one who squints. When the love eye was fixed on me, all the other, the eye of duty, was finally on me. But as soon as it bit her red and turned round the same way, off the other went on a swivel and secured its retreat with a trowel.
What's the resource you've read?
To be short, the merry Irishman here has begged leave with pleasure of cutting me throat. And I mean to oblige him, that's all.
Really, be serious.
There's Yusuf Trigger, you know him by sight. For some affront which I cannot begin to imagine, has obliged me to meet him this evening at 6 o'clock at Kingsmead Fields. It is on that matter I wish to see you. I wish you to accompany me.
Nay, there must be some mistake, sure. Sir Lucius shall explain himself, and I dare say matters may be accommodated. But this evening, did you say?
Aye.
I wish it had been any other time.
Why, there should be light enough. There will, as Lucius says, be very pretty small sword light, though it shall not do for a long shot. Oh, confound his long shot.
But I myself am a good deal ruffled by a difference I have had with Julia. Oh, my vile, tormenting temper has made me treat her so cruelly that I shall not be myself till we are reconciled.
Oh, Father, you don't deserve her.
Jack, this is from Julia. I dread to open it. I fear maybe to take a final leave, perhaps bid me to restore her letters, and oh, I suffer for my folly.
Help. Final sentence indeed. It's all over for you, Faith.
You don't leave me in suspense.
As my dearest Falkland's own reflections have undoubtedly upbraided him sufficiently for his last unkindness to me, I will say nothing more on the matter. I wish to see you as soon as possible and speak with you yours ever and truly in love, Julia. Well, there's matters for you. And you don't seem one whit happier at this news.
Yes, I am, but...
But, you never fear anything but would make a man bless himself, and you immediately condemn him with a but.
Now, Jack, as you're my friend, oh, honestly, isn't there something forward, something endemic in this haste to forgive?
Endemic, he says.
Let us sue for reconciliation. That should always come from us. They should retain their coolness till moved to kindness. And their pardon, like their love, should not unsought be won. I have not patience to listen to this. Thou art incorrigible.
Yes, but no, not another word. An industrious devil like myself, who have toiled and plotted and schemed, and have not been foiled by the foolishness of others, may, in pity, be allowed to grumble and swear a little, but a captious skeptic in love, a slave to whim, who has no troubles but of his own making, is a subject fit more for ridicule than compassion.
Well, I feel his reproaches, yet I would not exchange this too exquisite nicety for the gross contempt with which he tramples on the thorns of love. His engaging me in this duel has started an idea in my head which I will instantly pursue. I'll use it as the touchstone of Julia's sincerity and disinterestedness. If her love proves pure and sterling ore, my name will rest on it with honor. And once I've stamped it there, I lay aside all my doubts. But if the dross of selfishness, the alloy of pride, predominate, we best to leave her as a toy for some less cautious fool beside her.
What means this? Oh, Falkland, tell me a happy moment. How many years have you cost me? What means this? Why this caution, Falkland?
Alas, Julia, I come to take a long farewell.
Heavens, what do you mean?
You see before you a wretch whose life is forfeited. Nay, start not. The infirmity of my temper has drawn all this misery on me. I left you fretful and passionate. An untoward accident threw me into a quarrel, the event of which is that I must flee this kingdom instantly. Oh, Julia, how should I have been so fortunate as to have called you mine entirely before this mischance had fallen on me? I should not so deeply dread my banishment.
My soul is oppressed with sorrow, the nature of your misfortune. My heart has long known no other guardian.
And now we shall take person to your honor. We will fly together. When the faithful pursuit my father's will may be fulfilled, and I receive legal claim to be part with your sorrows and tenderest comfort.
Julia, I am bankrupt in gratitude. But the time is so pressing and calls on you for so hasty a resolution. Would you not venture some hours to weigh the advantages you forego and what little compensation poor Falkland can make besides a solitary love?
No, Falkland, I have loved you for yourself, and if I now more than ever prize the solemn engagement which so long have pledged us to each other, it is because it leaves no room for hard aspersions on my fate and puts the seal of duty to an act of love. But let us not linger, perhaps this delay.
Oh, it will be best I not venture out again until dark. And I am grieved to think what numberless distresses are fully on your gentle disposition.
Perhaps your fortune may be forfeited by this unhappy act. I know not whether 'tis so, but sure that alone can never make us unhappy. What little I have will be sufficient to support us, and exile never should be splendid.
Oh, but Julia, in such an abject state of life, my wounded pride may perhaps increase the natural fretfulness of my temper, till I become a rude, morose companion beyond your patience to endure.
If your thoughts should assume so unhappy events, you will the more want some mild and affectionate spirits to watch over and console you.
Julia, I have proved you to the quick, and with this useless device I throw away all my doubts. How shall I plead to be forgiven this last unworthy effect of my restless, unsatisfied disposition?
Has no such disaster happened as you related?
I am ashamed to own that it was pretended. Yet in pity, Julia, do not kill me with presenting a fault which never again can be repeated. But sealing this once my pardon, let me tomorrow, in the face of heaven, receive my future guide and monitress, and expiate my past folly by years of tender adoration.
Hold, that you are free from a crime which I before fear to name, heaven knows how sincerely I rejoice. These are tears of thankfulness for that. But that no cruel doubt should have urged you to an imposition which is on my heart, keeps me now paying more pain than I can express.
Oh, by heavens, Julia!
Yes, hear me. My father loved you, Falkland. In his presence I pledged my hand, joyfully pledged it, where before I had given my heart. When, soon after I lost that parent, it seemed to me that Providence had, in Falkland, shown me whither to transfer without a pause my grateful duty as well as my affection. Hence I have been content to bear from you what pride and delicacy would have forbid me from another. I will not upbraid you by repeating how you have trifled with my sincerity.
I confess it all, yet hear
In the
me.
year of trial, I might have flattered myself that I should not have been insulted with a new probation of my sincerity, as cruel as unnecessary. I now see it is not in your nature to be content or confident in love. With this conviction, I never will be yours. While I had hoped that my persevering attention and unreproaching kindness might in time have reformed your temper, I should have been happy to have gained a dearer influence over you. But I will not furnish you with a licensed power to keep alive an incorrigible fault at the expense of one who never would consent.
Julia, by my soul and honor.
Yet one word more. As my faith has once been given to you, I never will barter it with another. I shall pray for your happiness with the truest sincerity, and the dearest blessing I can ask of them to present you would be to charm you from that unhappy temper which alone has prevented the performance of our solemn engagement. All I request of you is that you yourself reflect upon this infirmity, and when you number up the many true delights it has deprived you of, may it not be your least regret that it lost you the love of one who would have followed you in beggary through the world.
She's gone. Forever. Fool, don't barbarian. Cursed as I am with more imperfections than my fellow wretches, kind fortune sent a heaven-gifted cherub to my aid. And like a ruffian, I have driven her from my side. Well, I must hasten my appointment. My mind is tuned for such a scene. I shall only wish to be more principal in it, that I might reverse the tale my cursed folly put upon me forging here.
My mistress, ma'am, I know was here just now. Perhaps she's only in the next room.
My ho! Don't he have used me so? This fellow runs strangely through my head. I think one lecture from my grave cousin will make me recall him. Oh, my dear Julia, I have come to you with such an appetite for consolation. Oh, Lord, child, what's the matter? You have been crying. I'll be hanged if that Falkland has not been tormenting you so.
Something has flurried me a little, nothing that you didn't get.
Oh, well, whatever vexations you may have, I can assure you mine surpass them. You know who Beverly proves to be.
I must own to you, Lydia, that Mr. Falkland had before informed me of the whole affair. Had young absolute been the person you took him for, I should not have accepted your confidence on the subject.
So then I see I have been deceived by everyone. But I don't care.
I won't happen.
Say, Lydia.
Why is it not provoking? To think that we are coming to the prettiest distress imaginable. To be made near Smithfield Largus last. There had I projected one of the most sentimental elopements. So becoming as a disguise, so amiable, a ladder of ropes, constant spoon, 4 horses, Scotch possum with such surprise to Mrs. Malaprop and such paragraphs in the newspapers. Oh, I shall die with disappointment.
I wonder at it.
Now, Sandra, what have I to expect but after a deal of flimsy preparation with a bishop's license and my aunt's consent to go simpering up to the altar? Or perhaps to be cried 3 times in a country church and have an unmannerly fat clerk ask every butcher in the parish to join Jack Absolute and Lydia Languish Spinster. Oh, that I should live to hear myself called Spinster! Oh, how mortifying to think of the dear delicious chefs I used to be put to gain half a minute's conversation with this fellow. There had I, in the coldest nights in January, seen him in the garden stuck, like a dripping statue, and there would he kneel and sneeze and cough so pathetically, and he shivering with cold, and I with apprehension, and while the freezing cold numbed our joints, how warmly would he press me to pity's flame and glow in mutual ardor. Oh, that was something like being in love.
Oh, Lydia. If I were in spirits, I should try to only by laughing heartily at you, but in suits more the situation of my mind at present, earnestly to entreat you, do not let a man who loves you with sincerity suffer that unhappiness from your caprice, which I know too well caprice can inflict.
Oh, Lord, what has brought my aunt here?
So, here's fine suicide, parricide, and simulation going on in the theaters, and Sir Anthony not around to prevent the history.
Oh, good heavens, madam, what is the meaning of this?
Well, this gentleman can tell you. 'Twas he that developed the affair.
Do, sir, tell us what is the matter.
Madam, I show myself very deficient. If I delayed 1 moment to give all the information in my power, somebody is so deeply interested in the affair as you are.
But quick, sir!
True, ma'am. As you say, one should be quick in divulging matters of this nature. Or should it be tedious to a life lady?
Oh, then tell us what is the matter.
Oh, why, murder's the matter, slaughter's the matter, killing's the matter. But this gentleman can tell you the perpendicular.
Oh, dear sir, tell us, be brief.
As for murder, I cannot take upon me to say. And as to slaughter or manslaughter, that will be a jury finding.
But who are engaged in this?
Yes, ma'am. One is a gentleman whom I should be very sorry anything was to happen to. A pretty well-behaved gentleman. We have lived much together and always on terms.
But who, sir? Who?
I speak of my master, Captain Absolute.
Oh, heavens. Captain Absolute.
But who are with him,
As
friend?
to that, ma'am, this gentleman can inform you better than I.
Do speak.
Look here, my lady. There's mischief going on. Folks don't used to meet for amusement with firearms, firelocks, fire engines, fire escape, fire office, and animals for other kinds besides. This, my lady, I say, is an angry sailor to it.
But who are there beside Captain Absolute?
My poor master! The paper for mentioning him first. You know me, my lady. I'm David, and my master is, or was, Squire Hankers. Lincoln Squire Falkland.
Oh, do now let us instantly endeavor to prevent mischief.
Fie, it would be very inelegant of us. We should only participate matters.
Oh, dear Mrs. Arms, save a few lives, they are desperately given, believe me. Above all, there's that bloodthirsty Philistine, Sir Lucius of Trigger.
Shall they retract your sweet hands and solutions of the spread method? Why are you standing there, girls? You've no more feelings for the Derbyshire petrifactions.
Well, what are we to do, madam?
Blind! I'm not even listening to my mischief. Here, look at show your face. Madam, I will conduct you. David, you look at Anthony. Lorenzo, not instead for ladies for the world.
You are showing another place.
Oh, yes, ma'am. I think I can find it. And the good thing is, we shall hear the Port Pistols as we join in.
Oh, Sir Lucius, by my valor, 40 yards is a good distance, eh? 40 yards is a gentleman's distance, I say.
Is it for muskets or small clear pieces? Mr. Akers, you must leave these things to me. Stay now. There. That's a pretty gentleman's distance.
We're fighting inside of a sentry box, perhaps. No, Sir Lucius, I tell you, the farther he is off, the cooler I shall take my aim.
Wait then. I suppose you'll take your best aim if he is out of sight.
No, but I should think 40 or 8 and 30 yards should be more than
Nonsense. 3 or 4 feet between the muzzles of your pistols is as good as a mile.
No, Sir Lucius, I tell you what, let me bring him down with a gentlemanly shot at a gentlemanly distance. A long distance, eh?
That will be up to the gentleman's friend and I. But come now, should anything go wrong, Mr. Akers, is there any will or commission I could execute for you?
I appreciate your offer, Sir Lucius, but I'm afraid I don't understand.
Surely you must not think that there's no being shot at without a little risk.
No?
For instance now, should a boy carry a ketis with it, would you rather be pickled and sent home, or would it be the same to you to be lying in the abbey? I heard there's very snug lying in the abbey.
Pickled? Snug lying in the abbey? Oh, Sir Lucius, I entreat you, don't speak so. It turns my resolution, which was once so keen, into pudding.
I trust we have not been in the affair of this matter before.
No, I have not.
There's nothing like being used to such a thing. Come now, how did you receive the gentleman's shot?
Once I've practiced that, I shall acquaint myself thus. And in order to offer him the smallest target possible, I shall stand edgewise.
No. You're quite out. For if you stand so and I take my aim.
Sir Lucius, are you sure it's not cocked?
Never fear.
You don't know it may go off on its own head.
Never fear, I say. Come now. Should my bullet hit you, it has a double chance. But if it misses a vital part on your right side, it'll be very hard if it don't succeed on the left.
A vital part?
Aye, to be sure. But stand so. Now a bullet or two may pass clean through you, and you know how it's all.
Clean through me? A bullet or two clean through me? Oh, Sir Lucius, I appreciate your assistance, but I beg you once more, please don't speak so. Oh.
Sure they don't mean to disappoint us. No, I think I see them coming.
Hey, what, coming?
Aye, who's getting over the stile yonder?
Aye, there's 2 of them indeed. Oh, Sir Lucius, I should be very glad you are with me. We won't run.
Run?
I say we won't run.
What the devil's the matter with you?
Nothing. I don't feel quite somehow so bold as I once did. I feel my honor is, valor will come and go.
Then great, you can pass while you have it.
There is my honor.
Aye, your honor.
Valor, oh, do, Sir Lucius, do legend a word or two every so often about my honor.
Well, here they're coming.
No, for thy word, Claude Holler to be shot before I was aware.
Gentlemen, you're most obedient. Captain Absolute, I trust you here, like myself, to do a kind office for a friend, then to proceed on to matters of our own account.
My dear friend, my dear Jack.
Harky, Bob. Beverly's at hand.
Well, Mr. Akers, I don't blame you for saluting him civilly. Well now, Mr. Beverly, if you'll take your weapon.
My weapon, sir?
Did you not come to find Mr. Akers?
Not I, sir, upon my word. Oh, nay, fight to oblige Sir Lucius.
Mr. Akers is so bent on that.
Oh, no. I will bear my disappointment like a Christian. Sir Lucius, these 2 are my friends. I have no occasion to fight them. As you see, there is no Vincent Beverly present, and if it is all the same to you, let's not weep over unspilled blood.
Mr. Akers, observe me. I must not be trifled with.
You have come here because you have challenged the man, and you are going to kill him. Now, if he will not present himself, I don't see the difference.
Well, indeed, I have challenged the man, but it was one Ensign Beverly I have challenged, and as if you see, he is too much of a coward to show his face. Now, if he were here, I warrant I'd make him give up all pretensions to rank.
Hold, Bob. Let me set you right on the matter. There is no Ensign Beverly in the case. The man who assumed that character stands before you, and as his pretensions are the same in both characters, he is prepared to defend them by whatever means you wish.
Well, now, this is lucky. Now you have an opportunity.
My dear friend, Sir Jack Absolute, not if he were 50 Beverleys. Sir Lucius, you would not have me so unnatural.
My, Mr. Akers, your father has used away with a vengeance.
Why, no. Why, if you should be second, I'll be your second with all my heart, and I'll have you pickle and snug line the abbey or what have you, whatever you will command, sir.
You are little better than a coward.
A coward. He called me a coward. Did you mark the word?
Well, sir?
It's not that I mind being called a coward. After all, coward may be said it's been a joke. Now, if you had called me a poltroon, my odd sparks and flames,
Sir?
I should have thought you a very ill-bred man.
You're beneath my notice.
Nay, Sir Lucius, you cannot have a better second than my friend Akers. Why, he is a determined dog, called in the country Fighting Bob. A determined fellow, a devil of a man. Why, in the country, he generally kills a man a week, don't you, Bob?
Well, at home.
Well then, 'tis we must begin.
Allow me, little councillor, and if you will not resign the lady, then so be it.
Well then, as you will not have an amicable suit, here is my reply.
Put down, Jack! Put down! How come you to be in a duel, sir?
Ask the gentleman, sir, because he called me out. As you know, I serve Her Majesty.
Oh, there's a pretty fellow for you. I got him ready to cut a man's throat, and he told me he served Her Majesty. Then how just to draw Her Majesty's sword against one of her subjects?
That man called me out without explaining his motives.
God, sir. Did you call my son out without explaining your motives?
Your son, sir, insulted me in a manner which my honor could not brook.
Jack, how durst you insult the gentleman in a manner which his honor could not brook?
Come, let there be no honor before ladies. Captain Absolute, how could you intimidate her so? Dear Lydia's been frightened to death for you.
For fear that I should be killed or escape, ma'am.
Oh, nay, no delusions to the past. Lydia is convinced. Speak, child.
If I may, I must put in a word here. I believe I could interpret the young lady's silence. Now, mark.
What is it you mean, sir?
Come now, dearie, we must not trifle.
'Tis true, sir, and your reproof bids me offer this gentleman my hand, and solicit the return of his affections.
Oh, my angel, say you so. Oh, Sir Lucius, as to the offense which you say I have given you, I can only say it must have been unintended. And as you have seen that I am not afraid to support a real injury, I am also not ashamed to atone for an inadvertency. I ask your forgiveness. And as for the lady, while I am honored by her approbation, I will defend my claim on her against any man whatever.
Well said, my boy, and I'll stand by you.
I make no claim to anything in this world. And I cannot get a wife without fighting for her. Why then, Mary, I'll die a bachelor.
Come now, Captain Absolute, give me your hand.
Aye.
On a front such as this handsomely becomes an obligation.
Aye.
As for the lady here, if she chooses to deny her own handwriting...
Whoa! Sir Lucius, perhaps there has been some mistake. Perhaps I can...
Pray, old gentleman, don't interfere, we have no business. Miss Languish, are you Madelia or not?
Indeed, Sir Lucius, I am not.
Sir Lucius O'Trigger, though you have been incredibly rude, I own the soft impeachment. Pardon my blushes. I am Delia.
not a problem. I'm extremely sensible of your condescension, and whether you or Lucy have put this trick on me, I include the home team. But, Captain Absolute, seeing as you have taken that lady from me, you will also take my feelings for the bargain.
I'm very kind of you, Sir Lucius, but see, here is my friend, Fighting Bob, unprovided for.
Oh, little Valor, here, you will make your fortune.
Oh, that's wrinkled fellow. No, Sir Lucius, but give me your hand, and if ever again I should give you reason to quarrel with me, then why call Bob Acres a dance, and let that be all.
Don't be cast down, Mrs. Melancholy. You are yet in your flower.
Oh, Sir Anthony, no barbarians!
He seems dejected and unhappy, not sullen. There was some foundation, however, for the tale he told me. Oh, woman, how true should be your judgment when your resolution is so weak?
Julia, how shall I sue for what I so little deserve? I dare not presume, yet hope is the child of penitence.
Oh, Falkland, you have not been more faulty in your unkind treatment of me than I am now in wanting inclination to resent it. As my heart bids me place my weakness to the account of love, I should be ungenerous not to admit the same plea for yours.
Now shall I be blessed indeed.
What is happening here? You've been quarreling too, I'll warrant. Julia, I have never interfered before, but let me have a hand in the matter at last. All the fault I find in my friend Falkland arises from what he would call the warmth and delicacy of his affection for you. There, marry him directly. You'll find it will mend surprisingly.
Come now. I hope there's no dissatisfied person for what is consent, as I have had my dissatisfaction. It will be very hard if I don't see anyone succeed better.
Well said, Sir Lucius. Well said. So, Jack, I wish you joy, and Mr. Falkland, you as well. And ladies, to show you that I am neither sad nor vexed, I'll straightway hire musicians to Claude Hall, and I'll insist on your coming with me. Come on, boys.
Our partners are stolen from us, Jack. I hope to be congratulated by each other. Yours for having checked in time the errors of an ill-directed imagination which might have betrayed it innocent heart, and mine who, through gentleness and candor, reformed the unhappy temper of one who by it made wretched whom he loved most, and tortured the heart he ought to have adored. Aye, my friend, we have both tasted the bitters and the sweets of love. But while you always prepared the bitter cup for yourself,
was always obliged to me, Forte. Mr. Modesty. But of course, no more of that. Our happiness is unalloyed, as general.